Fnatic versus Keen Gaming down here in the lower bracket. Best of one. I'm ODPixel and I'm here with Fog. Let's see what we've got going on as well. The action,
we got a battle.
It's beginning already. Old 11, he heads up to the high ground, see what's up. Kaka, he's the one ahead forward. A bit of a sunstrike to give a little bit of sunburn to the old troll.
Just kidding, we don't have a battle.
I don't. They'll walk it off, they'll back off. But yes, what are we expecting? What do you like? What do you not like? We've got some Invoker going on. Is it enough? Can Abed carry this one through?
Ooh, let's see. There's a lot of fun things in this one, right? We've got a lot of potential for combos on Fnatic, and we do love our combos. We have Winter Wyvern, we have Curse with Invoker and Pango. That is a really fun one. If they do ever end up getting some good curses in that mid game, we will expect to see quite a big follow-up on that one. And the Rubik, like they were mentioning, DJ, has a plethora of spells to steal this game. He has Sand King, he has Leshrac, he has Lich. All of these are good targets for him to get spells from in the mid game. So we'll see how that plays out and see how these lanes play out too, because at the moment it does look like we have a try versus try, which is always really fun.
Well, the question is, which try is going to come out on top?
Ice. Actually, can chase a little bit with Edict.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of tickle damage there between the two of them, Old Chicken and iceiceice up top, which, as you say, with the try being down bottom, that is going to remain a 1-for-1 for now until we see any sort of supports move up to take away their attention from the bottom. But I could certainly see it all getting a little bit gritty down on this bottom lane between the six of them, all making sure that, well, obviously Keen Gaming wanting to ensure the good start for Mr. Old 11, and MP, he needs that support backup to make sure this pressure is not too much for him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the immediate moves, like you're saying, and I mean, it's a Jug versus Darkseer. We see this one a lot, but Darkseer and Sand King, this is an old classic. We used to see a lot of pressure coming out from them, and Sand King, we've seen the rise of this hero a lot more, but this has always been one of Kaka's favorites and one of his best. When he was playing on Newbie, he used to play it so often. It is one of his top two heroes. He has heavy impact on it. And looking at the mid lane really quickly, we did see Abed get a D-ward right at the start there, so we see he's already off to a good start on this first two waves.
And how should an Invoker do against the Troll? I mean, do you sort of agree with the logic of Carl saying he wants to see this sort of Quaswex Invoker going down the line? I mean, how is the outlook for the different builds this game and for an Invoker?
I agree with Kyle, yeah. I think he can actually go for the 2-0-2 and then he can start putting the points in the Wex. I think it's the Tornado has really good value when you're playing versus like Darkseer. You can remove the Ion Shell off of multiple targets. You can kite the Troll just for a little bit longer during his ultimate. And then also you're going to be building an Urn or a Spirit Vessel. And speaking of the Kaka, Sand King from earlier tries to make a move mid.
At the same time in mid though, the wraparound jabs, he's able to sneak past the tower and he gets that courier. So that is the dire courier gone. All right. So more fortune and favor for Abed, as you say, getting the early D ward. The sentry has now been placed down by Keen in terms of replacing it, but the fact that Keen Gaming, they've also lost that courier.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he'll do the phase boots into Urn, and if he wants to go for straight Spirit Vessel or something as this Invoker, if he goes for the Quaswex, that is, because he's versus a Troll Warlord, so always having that Vessel can be even more favorable for your team. But we'll see which build he does want to go for, of course. As we see more D-ward action, of course, in that mid lane.
Both supports hovering around at Kaka. They want to try and get a look in, but jabs being there as the wall between Kaka and Abed, making sure that Abed doesn't get gone upon. Top lane, DJ getting a little low here as the duos fight between the two of them. iceiceice and DJ trying to go against Chicken and Dark, and Fnatic will be the ones to lose that trade as Old Chicken gets the first blood. Kills off DJ.
It's a very strong lane from Keen here. Sure, Lich is starting to run out of mana. You have to use a lot of it just to keep spamming out that Frost Blast in particular, but these two ranged heroes just constantly poking and prodding. Quite frustrating. Ice is doing pretty well up here, though, already, because he was in that 1v1 at the start. But now it's going to be a battle of efficiency, right? We have the Jug MP bottom. He's left alone, so he's going to have to manipulate and pull creeps into neutrals to make sure that he can keep and match the farm of the Darkseer, who's going to just be pulling the creeps into neutral camps as well and making sure he can just increase that farm. So, yeah, battle of efficiency of who can get the most out of these two.
Yeah, and Old 11, of course, already level 4, so not too much that level 1 jabs can do on the Wyvern to just disrupt this sort of farming from Old 11.
It's still very important, though, that he was able to kill the courier. Now that means Soul Ring can't get delivered on time. Like, so many of these items that are kind of crucial for the Keen start are delayed a little bit, but it will be spawning at least in about that 5 seconds, so they'll pick all those up right afterwards.
The only core getting slightly left behind at the moment is iceiceice on that top lane, proving to be just a bit of a trickier one for him to get stuck in and get the CS mid lane. Abed, let's get wrapped around upon Kaka. Finds the Burrow Strike. Abed with the Forge Spirit and the Cold Snap onto the Troll, slowing down Yee's advances. Abed, Fairy Fire pop, he'll be able to turn, does still go down as Keen Gaming get the kill. See if Jabs can at least pick up a trade in return onto Yee. DJ with the wraparound. They should find the Troll. Telekinesis into the right clicks, Fade Bolt, and Yee will go down. As Fnatic do get the trade back, but not before Yee gets that all-important kill on Abed in that mid lane.
Top, we see them just trying to go for these dive plays. They picked up Arcane Boots pretty early on, unless they actually glyph the creep to make sure that that one dire creep stays alive so they can make sure they don't get dove or pressured too hard from it, but Dark will just go down anyway.
2-2 at the moment, 11. It's definitely the bit of the worry I feel for Fnatic, that this Darkseer is going to hit all of these quick item timings. He's just able to do this, cut the creep wave. They don't have a way to deal with this Fnatic. This Darkseer is going to have this absolutely free start to the game.
But MP's having a great time too. He hasn't missed like any last hits down bottom either. You see he's got that 8 last hits per minute at the 5-minute mark. He's even now maybe going to get a kill on Kaka here.
He did already use the Burrow Strike, and yeah, Abed, he's going to even be able to join in on the fun. Gets the last touch with the Sunstrike. So more money and gold for that mid Invoker.
Dream. And now MP will do what I was talking about of just keeping to pull those creeps into the neutral camps. And like I said, 40 last hits.
He's doing well.
At the 5-minute mark is like almost perfect CSing.
Doing everything to his full potential with that control and being 6. He has got that kill threat. He's looking to try and utilize it as they head over towards Old 11, wanting to get a big usage out of that first Omni Slash. And there we have it, MP. Not only perfect CS, but perfect read. Sees an opportunity with the supports to team up and finally put an end to Old 11's reign in the jungle, and it's a successful play.
Yeah, it's not often you see a ward being placed in the defensive jungle that early, right? Like it's 5 minutes in and they have a ward in by their own shrine. But when you're playing versus these heroes that are cutting creeps constantly, your Darkseers, your Axes, or whatever, you want to be able to do that to be able to watch them. And it does net themselves. So net them a pretty big kill here. As we are seeing Abed doing the build that we were talking about, you go 2-0-2 and then you start putting those points in your Wex and you go for your Urn so that you can be that mover around the map that your team might need.
On top lane, Old Chicken
Connects.
does find it. Needs Dark to close the gap. Frost Armor's going to be there to help him slow down DJ a little bit, but on the back, iceiceice, and the Sunstrike help from Abed picks off Dark. Now they'll turn back towards Old Chicken. The courier is also flying through in the midst of this all, as Old Chicken will be chased. Splinter Blast perfectly placed down, as that'll be a double kill for iceiceice on the top lane. Down bottom, Keen Gaming trying to make a play in return, as they'll look towards MP, but he's got the healing ward out. He's going to have Blade Fury back up in a couple of seconds as well, so there is no threat upon him. MP's more than fine to back off underneath the tower. As Fnatic starting to make these quick plays around the map, getting these favorable kills and not losing anything in return.
And they're enabling their Rubik quite a bit here by doing it. DJ picking up a couple of those kills and being involved 2-1 and 2. He's got Arcane Boots finished level 4. Now they're going to put pressure on this tower when they do have this catapult here. Chicken's trying to cut his way, trying to sneak around.
Gotta be a little careful. I mean, DJ does still, he's got a lift or a Fade Bolt. There's the lift into the Rolling Thunder. Jab's rolling around as well. Old Chicken, he needs backup, but he needs it now. TP's out coming in, but the Rolling Thunder set up into the Sunstrike. Couple more hits, but Old Chicken gets the kill on iceiceice. We'll be able to bring down the Pango with him. And Keen Gaming, can they look for the cleanup? Yee and Dark coming in to pick up more. They'll get the rundown onto DJ. Jab should be able to get back to safety. But Keen reacting. Sure, they lose Old Chicken, but they will manage to take a core and a support in turn.
Action-packed early game. 11 kills already at the same minute mark. Now they're going to start, looks like they're going to leave the Sand King Kaka. He's not gotten the most levels this game, put him mid until Yee's just going to jungle. They do have a stack up top too. There's a double stack you might look to try to clear. All right, level 7 Darkseer. So the one thing is, like, Sand King might not have the most levels, but Darkseer is always the one that enables you a lot more. So you can just always have that Ion Shell on him when he does look to make some moves, but does need a couple more levels just on the Sand King for the time being.
I mean, they're trying to have a bit of a go on Old 11 again, saving that telekinesis for after he's used the Surge. Still, the remainder of the Surge is long enough to get himself away. A bit of a block there as well with that Helm of the Dom set. As 11, it's got to be a little careful. With the Helm of the Dom, he has got that regen, he's especially with that aura, plus 21 HP per second. So unlikely to be low enough for them to find a kill potential with the Omni Slash. Still though, Keen Gaming deciding to put more backup behind him. They've got 3 heroes down here.
Ooh,
maybe see if they can get MP. Yeah, instantly. As soon as he's aware that there's trouble in the neighborhood, Blade Fury and a TP to safety to the opposite side of the map. He's going to head up to top. There will be the space for Keen Gaming to keep the pressure onto that tier 1 tower bottom. They've got to be careful. Now in this top lane, Yi, he's getting initiated on by iceiceice. Rolling Thunder, perfectly laid down, hits both of them, comes back and hits Yi a second time. Now with MP, that TP moving him up to this top lane to allow him to go in with the Blade Fury on towards Yi, on towards Dark. They get both of them. MP reading the map perfectly. Fnatic know they can make a play up top, and they'll make it. And they'll be able to push onto this tier 1 tower as well. They do end up losing the tier 1 tower bottom, but still, that move and the big kill onto the control up top is that's gonna mean a lot for them moving on, slowing down Yi's farm.
I mean, MP's playing a very, very good early game here, just getting all the successful moves in. Even though he had like the little bit of a slowdown when he had the TP top, it ends up being fine because he's gonna get a tower more than likely out of it too, plus that kill. And it looks like they're just having Abed farm a little bit here so he can get a couple more levels as that Invoker in the mid lane. He has the Urn finished up now, though, and the level 4 Wex, so this is go time now.
Okay.
That's the key for the Invoker. Gives you a little bit better.
Straight back into the action. Old Chicken, maybe feeling a bit confident because of that aggressive play from Fnatic up top, but Fnatic, they're just so quick around the map. Abed, as you say, moving around. He's on top of Old Chicken. They do get the wall drop down. 11 should be able to pick up at least 2 of these, as DJ's trapped in the trees. Will get them. So able to get the supports for the loss of his Leshrac.
Picks up Urn charges, though, on Abed. They lose 2 heroes for it, but at least now he has that, so he can make use of his Cold Snap with it in particular to make some rotations around. But yeah, quick moves by both sides, right? Keen is quickly responding to any of that aggression.
Old 11 just continuing this heavy pressure on this bottom lane. They're hunting for Abed. Kaka's here as well. Abed turns with the Tornado, holds back the Sand King momentarily. They've got the Dust prepared. The Ghost Walk, will it be enough to keep him safe? He's trying to run away, but the micro control, Old 11 and that Centaur stomp down Abed. They get the pick off. iceiceice, Rolling Thunder, another bounce out onto the 2 of them. The shield crashes there. We'll get the swashbuckle on Old 11. Kaka will be able to TP out in the trees. Old 11, is there any escape from him? He has Surge. He'll continue to run. iceiceice will have another swashbuckle in a second, but the Surge is... Oh, or is it enough? He gets the lucky shot, Brock. Can he chase? He's got a shield crash. It's only the level 1 and won't be off cooldown before the Surge is. So Old 11 does manage to escape. And they get that kill on Abed underneath the tier 2 tower as well, diving in deep. Also, a couple of very deep wards there as well for Keen. So they have a lot of information on this bottom lane. Yeah,
and one of them is extremely uncharacteristic. I actually have never seen that ward placed behind that tier 2 there down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, very unlikely to be dewarded.
Look at that. It's just out of the range of the tower, too. That's a really nice ward watching from behind that tower.
Keen Gaming, quick with the action now. Back in with the smoke towards mid. They want to kill Abed again. They've just killed him down. Bottom of that tier 2. Chain Frost is out. The bounces with the creeps are perfect. Back over to DJ as well. They're going to clean up both of them. Keen Gaming moving in.
Seems like there's a bit of spikes coming out. Some lag coming in through.
That's the new buff to Chain Frost.
Now, that's another extremely fast move. I think Keen is playing exactly as their draft wants to. You look at it, and 4 of them are very mid-game timing, right? The Lash, the Sand King, your Lich, and your Darkseer, they really want to be playing the aggression in that early, in that mid-game, while the Troll kind of like farms up a little bit. They can bring you in, bring him, and get him involved, too, because they have that Ion Shell, but if they can just run around with the Sand King, just looking for kills constantly with the Darkseer, it's going to be exactly what they want to do to put the pressure onto Fnatic. As they know, I mean, they're versus like this Jug Pango Invoker. Can definitely be scary if they just start to slow down at all. But iceiceice is only level 7, so he has been slowed down a decent amount. As we see, the Old 11 in comparison to level 11 on the Darkseer. Old Chicken also has been slowed down, though. 3 deaths on the Leshrac in this game.
It's just sort of what MP sitting at the top on this Jug after that entire free farm that he had at the beginning of the game. And those early moves granting him good involvement with some big kills.
He doesn't have the greatest of core matchups, though. I mean, he's great versus the Lesh, but the thing is the Troll is actually just naturally great versus Jug, because you can't ever really set up for Omni/opportunities, because he just pops Battle Trance, or... Well, if he has it, of course, but you most of the time will. That's just the nature of the core matchup.
Lesh as well, Old Chicken, having that Yules done. Yeah. It's going to have those defensive plays. They are trying to look towards in the jungle. They've got the Rolling Thunder. MP, of course, still with that Omni Slash. Incredibly fast, and as expected, you know, farming in that safe lane.
Yeah. A little bit of a lull period here for them to farm up. They have Chain Frost up in about 10 seconds here for Dark, so Keen looks like they're starting to make their way toward top to fight this. It's only MP up here, too, but MP feels very safe because he's always got Spin TP at his arsenal that they cannot top in this game.
Still very close in the gold, though. Just 1k gold difference between the teams.
Yeah.
Keen with that slight edge. Having all three of their cores just generally in a better position. Abed and iceiceice still sort of trailing behind by 1,000 gold.
And Abed, he has, but remember, he has gone for the Wex build, and he is committing for the full Spirit Vessel that we were talking about from earlier, so they are not really finding any kills with him that he would like to be, but he is still sitting onto those earned charges. Attempt
to be made onto Kaka. He's got the Sandstorm. Do they have detection down? Doesn't look like they do.
They do not.
They will not go for that with the Rolling Thunderers. Yeah, no Sentry or Dust available.
Top lane, DJ does have a Surge. Dark is kind of stalking him right now. They even have a ward to have watched him at the start, and that'll be a dead Rubik more than likely. Yeah,
easy catch with the Yule Scepter into the stun. DJ may have been able to pick up a few experience and gold, but he'll pay with his life. Keen Gaming getting him out of their half of the map, getting him out of their top lane. Just a couple of 100 gold, and Abed will have the vessel. But as you say, it's all on Abed to make plays, get involved then at that point onwards.
Yeah, they still have the combo play. That's the big thing that we talked about at the beginning for Fnatic, right? They've got the Curse. We haven't seen yet, but they've got the Curse, Rolling Thunder, and Invoker, which does have a pretty devastating combo to it if they can ever land it onto Keen's heroes. How is our timings for the mechs looking? Because I know I saw Javelin picked up from iceiceice, so that'll delay him a little bit, but our Darkseer pretty much has the mech finished up, so that is probably going to be Keen's timing, is get the mech, and then we have a huge advantage over Fnatic in the sustained field. As iceiceice
try, and go for him here with the Sinister Gaze. iceiceice does get the shield crash, and with the Winter's Curse, he will be fine. They'll be able to hold back the troll. Top lane, Old Chicken. Trying for the chase down onto DJ. DJ able to get into the trees, and Old Chicken doesn't want to hunt anymore. There's a lot of backup coming in for Fnatic. Old Chicken has to get out of here. If Abed's able to get a catch onto him, could be in trouble. It is by the shrine, and extra TP's coming for Keen. So Fnatic in turn will back off.
This is exactly where Keen wants to fight here. The mech is coming out on the courier right now.
Yeah, Fnatic have got to be very careful about taking a fight around here.
Their big setup on Fnatic is on cooldown right now. They have to be a bit careful.
MP will be able to take the bounty room with the Blade Fury, and immediately goes for the TP afterwards. So at least able to take that away. 2 for 2 on the bounty rings across the map. Keen able to get Kaka in position to grab the 2 down bottom.
Yeah, you could tell there's just no way that Fnatic had any intention of trying to take that fight. But Keen, they are definitely looking for fights. Just keep looking for it, as Kaka is farming that Blink Dagger too. He's only 400 away from it.
Yeah, with this creep wave, he'll have it pretty much.
Yeah.
And only MP down here, so no sort of slowdown in that regard. There we have it. Yeet. Diffusal Blade done on the troll.
It's going to make it really nice for him to be sure that he can actually do something versus the Cold Embrace. He can at least still burn people's mana if they are caught inside of it, even if he is, just battle trance hitting somebody. He at least has something happening during it. He also can now go for these solo kills, and it's also going to make iceiceice's life a bit harder, right? If he just gets diffusal, then the troll gets on top of him. If you get rooted, you're not going to be able to get your ult off in some of those situations. So Keen, Smoked, they're looking for this fight.
Let's see if they get any of the big picks. Abed is to the south. DJ's up here to the north. They'll only find DJ. They'll go for the smaller kill. Elsewhere, MP able to find the kill on Kaka with the help of iceiceice.
And that was just before the Blink Dagger was finished too, so.
Slowing it down just a little bit. iceiceice needing to be careful. He is going to be incredibly careful. He goes for the Rolling Thunder to just make sure that there is nobody behind Yi. MP as well. Blade Fury and TP out. They are going to look towards Hold 11.
Curse.
They have the setup. They have the EMP, but of course Hold 11 a lot of mana to play with, and he is pretty beefy. MP comes across, another shield crash, but the Frost Armor, it's there on Hold 11. Hold 11's trying to run himself away. They've lost jabs on the Wyvern, and with the Sinister Gaze on iceiceice, he's in trouble as well. 2 dead on Fnatic. Keen Gaming holding their own. And Hold 11, they tried to go for this Darkseer, but with the start that he's got, he's a very hard target to kill.
And they kind of stacked their spells. They used the Curse as they used the Tornado, and right now Abed, he went for Quas Wex, so his damage isn't that high right now. The Tornado is one of his higher damage spells as this right now, with being the 270, but...
and Kaka, he's just able to walk around from the side, gets a 2-man Burrow Stride. The vacuum back into the wall, Abed and DJ in trouble. They're straight up dead. Did they not see him there? Was that sort of outside the net? He just walked round.
They did not expect that wraparound to come.
He just walked up and Burrow Struck the 2 of them. What are they doing?
Now they've got Edict on a tier 3 up on the high ground already. It's 17 minutes, Owen, and this was a close one. This is just blown up a bit here. It's a 5k gold lead for Keen.
That's a heavy damage done to that tower.
And they can back up. They have their mech. Actually, now they have full Guardian Greaves too on this Darkseer, who in the last situation, they almost brought him down because of the Spirit Vessel, but now he can just remove the Spirit Vessel with those Greaves. And how many? So they have Arcane Boots and a Greaves. So also, it helps a lot when you build Arcane Boots versus just the Quaswex Invoker.
Oh,
They have these 2 pairs of them that are going to be very useful versus that EMP.
Old 11 just has a lot of answers for his team. This Darkseer is going to do so much anytime Fnatic try and look for a fight onto King Gaming. MP does have the Blade Fury TP out, will get himself away from a full team reaction. Actually, the full 5-man of King Gaming were heading up to that point of the map. As Fnatic will get themselves back together, start to push down mid, but they've got to be careful.
They're just not, I mean, Abed's just not getting opportunities to really play his Quaswex the way he wants to.
He's still playing heavily from behind, and that's a beautiful play. Again, Old 11, vacuum into the stomp. He is cruising this game on the Darkseer.
This mid too, Yi.
Look at the hold back. The MP will burn all of his mana. He does go for the Diffusal Blade slow onto Abed. Still having a poke at this Invoker, feeling confident. I mean, as you would be if you have this Darkseer by your side, but oh, hang on. The closeness may punish them, as there's the setup with the Curse. Kaka will get himself out of range of the Rolling Thunder. iceiceice still connected onto the 2 of them. Does manage to roll across towards the Sand King, but there isn't any follow-up. As that's now the Curse, Rolling Thunder gone, and King Gaming, they're going to go straight forward, running down DJ and Abed again getting caught together. DJ's going to fall, but Yi's on top of iceiceice. He's rooted up. iceiceice in a whole world of trouble as the Pango's gone. 2 dead. Sinister Gaze dragging in jabs into the Boa Strike. 3 more dead. Fnatic are just crumbling in front of us, and King Gaming, they're loving it all the way.
Keen is just relentlessly running at them because they know they have this high extra amount of sustain too. Not only are they just ahead, but Darkseer, they know Darkseer has full Greaves, and Pango, we were talking about iceiceice, he went for the Javelin. His mech is so far delayed now that their sustain is much weaker in their overall fight. They're just getting ran at. They can't actually respond properly. They're unable to get their big like curse into Pango ult there. They tried. They almost kill people, but then the Greaves come out and almost everybody's healed up.
I mean, how is it that this game, Abed, is having such a slow performance? It's so iceiceice, right? These are sort of the 2 players that we've seen be star players in the past for Fnatic so many times, but this game, they are struggling.
They're just not letting him get anything off.
Abed just gets straight up power strike into the... Abed's dead again. So's iceiceice. Fnatic.
Let's jabs.
And a crucial... Sorry, jabs, but at a crucial time, in a crucial game, in a crucial best of 1, it's just crumbling to pieces. King Gaming just walking over them. 19 minutes in, that's a mid-set of racks taken.
I mean, MP can't even do anything. MP is 2-0-3 in this game with like 190 last hits. He's got his Manta, he's got his Maelstrom, but his team just keeps getting caught out by these plays from Keen. Keen just relentlessly diving and catching Fnatic off guard.
Yeah, MP's got to be an absolute hero this game for Fnatic if they hope to swing this round.
Yeah, he really does.
He's got to do something absolutely magical. He's the one with the power, with the farm, because nobody else has. Both Abed and iceiceice sitting down there on par with Kaka's farm and the Sand King.
Yeah,
sure, Kaka's having a good game, but still, you can't be down there at that value. They've got nothing to show for the 20 minutes of this game so far.
No, and they've already had damage issues entirely throughout this one versus those Greaves. Like we keep talking about the Darkseer. He's going to have pipes soon too. Throw that on top. Fnatic's damage is just not going to be
How do
there.
they kill?
And look at the control. Immediately whenever Keen does make these aggressive plays, they put down these obs and sentries all over the place to control the area. Now we see Jabs. He's trying his best to buy all this reveal to deal with it, but this far on the back foot, 11k gold lead, 10k experience lead. Fnatic in a lot of trouble. They need some dream combos coming out from these curses.
They do.
Like Pango ultis, but
the thing is, there's just so many dream combos that King Gaming can roll out as well.
Yeah.
These vacuums that I keep saying, our old 11, he has been playing this game absolutely beautifully on the Darkseer.
It's one of his
It really
specialties.
is, and we're seeing it right here.
Yeah, they've got the mech now on the Pango, so they've got at least got a little bit extra sustain inside of the team fight. And MP is now, like, MP's here, and he's strong. He is still quite strong for his team.
Fnatic trying for this smoke on the low ground, however. King Gaming in that favorable position up top. They've scanned it out as well. They know it. Kaka, he just leads straight forward with the Boa Strike. iceiceice will be able to turn. They get the Telekinesis, and with the Rolling Thunder, they should have a good shot of killing off Kaka, and they will. They'll get the Sand King. See if they can go for anything more, if they even want to. They may still have to be careful. Even 4 versus 5, King Gaming still hold a hell of a lot of power. That'll be the Tornado EMP looking towards old Lemon, but he's able to walk himself away. Gets out of any sort of combo. As Kaka will be back in 20 seconds. Fnatic, can they do anything else whilst they have the number advantage? That's the question. Still have to be careful. They're playing with an 11k gold deficit just 22 minutes in.
Yeah, they've got DJ with the Burrow Strike, one of the better steals that he can in this game, but now the Sand King's going to be respawning, and Keen, they're waiting in this area. They know that Rolling Thunder was used as well, so they have a little bit of a timing window too, where the fight just does not have a Pango ult, which Fnatic really needs inside the fights. And that, I believe, is, you see 11, he's the one who runs to the right side away from his team just because he wants to finish up the pipe. The rest of them are all sticking together.
Such quick timings on this Darkseer.
Yeah. Greaves dominated pipe, 22 minutes, having a near flawless game, 4-1 and 11.
And just so much, I mean, we're seeing them land the follow-up as well. Just these vacuum burrow strikes, vacuum earth splitters. They're hitting it every single time, Keen Gaming.
I mean, the frequency that they can do it is much easier, right? Fnatic's is a full commit. When you commit the curse, you're committed. If you just throw like a vacuum and a stun, you've got an opportunity to at least, you know, look to throw out your spells again afterwards. It's not like you're fully committed after that.
Well, smoke up. They're going for the long wrap round on this top area of the map. Fnatic, they've got to be careful. For iceiceice, he's pushing down bottom alone. Who we're seeing towards mid. It is just DJ out on that mid lane. Both Jabs and Abed on the high ground for now.
The back line of Fnatic is so weak. If they can ever pierce to it, there is no way that Fnatic can look to win a team fight. If they catch this Rubik or this Wyvern.
I mean, MP has made it all the way to the base. He's doing a fair bit onto this tier 3 tower. Will warrant a response from Keen Gaming. It'll just be Old Chicken heading back to deal with the push.
But he's doing his job.
I mean, MP really is. He is doing everything he can to keep Fnatic in this game. Make sure that they have at least one presentable core for the fights.
Yeah, he's top 2 net worth. He might even surpass Chicken at some point in this one. Just the way that he's farming his patterns. He's safe too, right? Like we're mentioning, he can Blade Fury TP freely. Roche is not drying it the fastest
Fnatic,
right now.
If they can pull off a play around this pit, this could be the beginning of a comeback. They need that dream setup. iceiceice, he's going to lead in, start the fight off with the Rolling Thunder. They'll jump forward. Deafening Blast is going to miss. It's going to whiff. The Rolling Thunder controller is still there onto Yi, but Yi gets the chance for the BKB out, and it will now chase towards MP. MP has to Blade Fury on the escape. Old Chicken already has the stun control onto Abed as Abed ticks down to the Diabolic Edict. MP is gone. 2 cores dead on Fnatic. iceiceice still trying his best to run away. He has another swashbuckle to get back towards that tower, and Keen Gaming will respect and leave him alone. But still, you're seeing MP and Abed. And MP, as well, as we say, he's the core that actually has some sort... Well, he has a lot of farm. But in that fight, they just are able to stay alive. The Omni and the Blade Fury, it doesn't matter. Blade Fury ends. They just run him down. Keen Gaming getting the kills, getting the Roche. Aegis now on the Troll Warlord too. This game just continuing to look closer and closer to impossible for Fnatic.
Yeah, this might be one of the roughest performances I've ever seen from Abed, to be honest. He's just getting ran at in every single one of the team fights. He can't actually get his spells off.
No.
That one, Old Chicken just collapsed on top of him. I saw Jabs also trying to get any type of spell off on the Wyvern. No, he just got hit by like the Sand King. There's just, yeah, Keen's just running over them, really. And Fnatic unable to get their combo off. They're just not able to get it off at all in this game.
And even if they do, it's not enough damage.
At this point, no way. I mean, the Invoker is only level 12. He only has 2 points in Exort.
He only has a phase and a Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, I mean,
25 minutes in.
Quas Wex build, when you're doing this, you need to get like tons of kills coming out so you keep up in your levels, you keep up in your farm, and he's not able to find any. He's 1-6-4. Very tough game for Fnatic, as Keen seeming to be unstoppable here now with an Aegis as well. Taking out this tier 2 top and all surrounded, putting wards up too, getting all the vision ready for the plays constantly. And just so much disabled. Centaur, Leshrac, no, Centaur stun, the Stomp, the Conqueror of course, the Sanking, the Lesh, just so much follow-up.
Fnatic, they need something ridiculous here to slow this push down. Keen Gaming walking up to the high ground. Couple of spells thrown out to Yi, he doesn't care. He can stand his ground. BKB, Aegis, more than ready to use it. In fact, MP tries to step forward. But the stun is stun. They do get the Winter's Curse into the combo here from Abed. Good MP as well, as he's burnt down a lot of the mana. They will kill off Kaka, but now the BKB comes out from Yi. They turn towards iceiceice. He is able to swashbuckle back up to the high ground. And that will deter the push. They are able to push Keen Gaming back.
They get their combo off. They only get the 1 kill, but you could see, look, we were just talking about the chain stun, right? They have the Conqueror, they have the Lesh, they have the Sanking. 1 stun onto any of these heroes, and they will get burst down from what Keen has right now. It's very threatening.
Yeah, MP's got to be so close how he walks up like that.
Yeah. Jab's just getting a very nice curse, but now they expanded a lot of their combo, and Kaka's back up in 10 seconds. Keen did not use anything there.
Yeah, Old 11's still poking around. A stun does land upon him, but he's so tanky. Can you really even attempt for this kill? Greaves are popped, he surges away. You've got to let him go.
He's got a Vanguard on top now too. 43 HP per second.
He's not going to die this game.
No,
well, he died
just
earlier.
The one time.
Just the one time. But since that, and for the rest of this game, I do not see this Darkseer dying.
No, he's level 18 is absolutely massive in this game. Just it's old 11. I've seen him have such good performances on this Darkseer. Probably one of the better ones at the moment.
And such a good game for Darkseer too.
Yeah, just I mean, he always makes it look like it's a good Darkseer.
Yeah, that's true.
He really does. He always has the Centaur. He always is Ion Shong the Centaur before the team fight starts, and he finds good opportunities for Vacuum. As they'll clean up their final tier 2. And Fnatic just trying desperately to find farm on the map right now. You see Abed, he's playing top, trying to get
I was going to say, if anyone finds it, Abed's going to hope they give him a call.
Yeah,
because he's not finding it.
The two supports in base, though, like DJ and Jabs are both kind of 5 positions in this game with their farm. He has Vacuum stolen, though, at the moment.
Let's see what they can do. The Vacuum does set up to follow in a really nice Winter's Curse. He MP's down, but the 2 BKBs come out immediately afterwards. Old Chicken and G run into the base. Abed, they're on top of him immediately. Abed's trying his best to get back. The Chain Frost bounces there. He does have the Ghost Walk to get out, so he'll keep the distance, but MP dragged back into the stun. Blade Fury is out in time. MP will be able to retreat back to the fountain, but they'll lose both the supports. Buybacks from DJ and Jabs come into play. Let's see if they can get any of Keen Gaming. Keen Gaming focusing down iceiceice. We'll get the shield crash and swashbuckle off to safety. Telekinesis onto Yi. Do they have any further control? He's backing up. We'll get the slow out onto the three of them, and Keen Gaming will manage to walk away.
There are just these auras, right? The Darkseer, Greaves
so
and Pipe right
sustain.
There. Everyone living on just not a sliver of HP, but relatively low HP, and
yeah.
I think they're going to want to go again. He uses a TP scroll to go to base, Boot to travel back down toward bottom. They're not. He even brings some salves. Starts salving his teammates up to full. They want to keep pushing this with this Aegis.
Yeah, they are playing to win to the max. Keen Gaming.
Is he salving the troll as well? Yep. He brought like 2 or 3 salves just to salve up his teammates so they continue this push.
Now, Fnatic, they were able to push them back with 2 buybacks. Can they do it without them? As Keen Gaming up to the high ground once more. Tier 3 taken. DJ will get the deny. But the tower is gone. MP trying to lead in with the Blade Fury. The silence is there onto Old Chicken, but Kaka straight in onto Abed. Cold Embrace buys Abed some sort of safety. Winter's Curse onto the 2 of them, but the BKB's out from Yi. He walks straight past it, beats down Abed. Abed will buy back. iceiceice trying to control Old Chicken, but the BKB's still going. The stun control's there. iceiceice is dead. Another buyback utilized by Fnatic. Can they push them back? 2 cores having to buy back for this, both Ice and Abed. But Keen, once again, they just walk it off.
Alive.
No one's going to die. Maybe Kaka. JK, he's got Frost Armor. He wants to get straight back in. There's the Burrow Strike. Leads in for Old Chicken's turn. Vacuum onto 2. Both MP and Abed are gone. iceiceice as well doesn't stand a chance. Everybody on Fnatic dying. The bottom racks are being taken. They haven't tapped out yet. Now they finally will. GG is called. And this has got to be so disappointing for Fnatic, being knocked out in such fashion. They just